Not because I don't usually speak in front of people. I'm actually pretty good at doing that. I'm not shy. I like meeting people, all those kinds of things. But I was none the wiser to what was happening to my name, to what it actually means to have a good name. I had been praying for God to restore my good name. And the only thing I knew was that something was wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. I mean, I knew I had some jacked up credit, but it just didn't make sense that no matter what I did, nothing was getting fixed on my credit. Nothing that I paid off got removed from my bad credit file. Nothing, I couldn't do any of the things that I wanted to do. I had 2 children getting ready to graduate from high school. I was in school, and all of us were going to have to go to school on Pell Grants. We was going to have to go ask the government for student loans because as a parent, I had not prepared myself for getting my kids into school. And I was hurting for that. I felt bad. I felt embarrassed. I have a lot of intellectual friends, and they're all, you know, degreed. They have advanced degrees, and they have children whose course in life is to go to college and get advanced degrees and live this lifestyle. And they're my friends, but I wasn't doing any of the things that they were doing. I wasn't living nearly as well. They should be on the diploma with them. I'm just saying. but what ended up happening was, as I continued to pray, and I continued to I got to a place where I was kind of made up in my mind for real. It's ironic that's the name of this tour, but seriously, I had decided that I wanted better. I was already 40. These kids were going to be gone and grown soon. My husband and I just have us, and it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do now? His father, this is when it really kind of hit me. My husband's father was almost 80 years old, driving one of those street pavers in 90-degree weather over in Leesburg, Florida, when he had a stroke and a heart attack and died. The last thing I want is for me or my husband to be working till we nearly 80 years old because we got to work or we ain't going to eat. And you can't do that unless you are independently wealthy, and we're not, or if you plan. And it's hard to plan if you just got to live life. You got a check that covers your bills right now. And if you don't have knowledge that helps you to understand that the money that you earn in your check, especially if you get a little promotion or something like that, don't mean go get a bigger car, better clothes, bigger house. But that's what we've been taught, and that is a lie. Yes. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Because if you do that, you ain't gonna never be able to save nothing. You'll never be able to do anything except live today. And you find yourself 80 years old in 90-degree weather having a heart attack about restoring my good name. At the time, I was actually praying for my soft heart to come back and my good name. Because what happened with my name going bad is stuff got rough for me. And when stuff got rough for me, I got mean. And mean is not my nature. Nobody who knows me will ever tell you I'm mean. Maybe my kids, but they don't count. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yeah. But I started getting mean. I used to ask myself sometimes why I just talk to my husband like that. I'm not a cusser, but I would cuss him real good, like I had been doing it my whole life. And you know, after I never told him at the time, I'm just saying, I would think about those things though. Why I just cuss that man out like that? He pays the bills. He brings his money home. He's home every day. It's a good man. So, and yeah, he made me mad, but did he really deserve that? Why was I ready to knock my daughter's block off? She made me mad, but for real, did she deserve that? So I started understanding what was happening, and I was able to trace it back to the fact that I was stressed because money wasn't there, and money wasn't there because every dime I got went into something in that house. No matter what it was, and none of it went to a bank account to be saved. None of it. So, when I started asking God that, I ended up, one night I was on Facebook just hanging out, you know, with my intellectual friends, because we were in a group. So, and I saw my cousin, she'll be here in a little while, a cousin who I met on Facebook, by the way. I saw that she had made a post about somebody's credit score being 800 or something like that. I'm like, what? I didn't even know about that. So I clicked on it, Just started looking around. Then I started looking at the other ones, and I saw like this whole album of 800 and 900 credit scores. Again, I didn't even know that you can have a 900 credit score. I had no idea, but I saw proof in the pudding on that website. So I asked my cousin, who is this lady that you're talking about? What is, and she told me, well, her name is Regina Littles, and she does credit. Because call her, she'll talk to you, don't worry about it. So it was about 10 o'clock at night. This lady don't know me from a can of house paint. Regina and I stayed on the phone for probably an hour. First conversation, just showed up off of Facebook, and we just got to talking. And I knew instantly, it may sound cliche, it may sound made up, but I knew that I was sent. This lady was sent to me. I was going to get money the next day. I was like, yes, I'm ready. I'm going to call you tomorrow, you tell me where you want the money to go. She said, I got a payment plan. No, I just got my student loan. So I'm going to pay you all your money, and we're going to get this done. Because that's how serious I was. Then we just kept talking, and I mentioned to her that by the following Monday, I needed to pay $900 to an attorney in Atlanta, an attorney in Marietta, who was suing me on behalf of Capital One. Yeah, apparently they suing everybody nowadays. And then they ask you to get another card. They're crazy. Them people just as double-minded as they can be. I'm serious. So she said, it was a Thursday night. She said, tomorrow, go to the courthouse and request a rehearing. And my heart jumped in my throat. I can't explain why I was nervous about doing that, because I ain't scared of much. But that thing terrified me. What you mean, go to the court? I gotta pay this. I signed this little agreement with these people. Say I'm gonna pay them this money. She said like 3-4 different times. Go to the court tomorrow and ask for me. Because the day I went, I had a little grandbaby with me. We in the courtroom. The guy came out and talked to me. Never saw a judge. All kinds of stuff happened. That was just all kinds of wrong. So the next day, it was difficult to do. When I don't want to do something, I start saying things like I'm going to try. And I was trying to get to the courthouse all day to the last minute. When I got there, I get to the window and I tell the lady what I want. And I just happened to there are 2 ladies, one was black, one was white. And I'm not prejudiced, I'm not hating on nobody, but I believe that if I had gotten this other lady, I might not have been able to do this with her. The other woman asked me what I wanted. I gave her my whole long, drawn-out explanation. She handed me a pen and a blank sheet of paper, and she said, go ahead and write what you want on the sheet of paper. And I was asking her questions about what I should write. And she said, what did you tell me you wanted? It's like, all right. She said, write that on the paper. It's like, okay. So I wrote, I am requesting a rehearing because I signed I'm trying to remember the name of this judgment. It basically what it says is the case is open until you pay the money at the end, and it'll keep you from getting the judgment showing up on your account. It'll be dismissed at the end. It has a name, and it'll come back to me, and I'll tell you. So I wrote that, and I was like, I signed it under duress. I didn't understand any of the court proceedings. I never got to see the judge, and I'm asking for a rehearing. So it's a lot easier to be honest and hardworking, right? So I'm going to bring to your front and just basically present to everybody in the room. I don't think she's new to anybody, Miss Regina Littles.